Hello survivors and welcome to another The Spell Brigade video. In today's video we are going to be attempting to get Hex Bomb. We're playing it on severe because the skill itself isn't as good as others, and I believe hardcore would be too difficult to focus on that skill solely. So that's what we like to do right now. We're going to focus on the skill. I am going to run to the 5 minutes. If I don't get it, we're just going to restart and I'll cut the video until we do eventually get it. Just because otherwise it's going to be quite sometimes if we're very unlucky it can be quite difficult to get it as we start. So let's just get straight into it, into the meatiness, and we start off using Solar Pulse because it's just the easiest skill to start the game off with, especially to get those first 5 levels, you know, really easy, really simple. We're going to grab the dodge as well just because we can. It doesn't really matter because if we don't get Hex Bomb, we're not going to be able to keep everything we're getting. So the first 4 levels, the level ups really don't matter. I mean, obviously if we get things like luck and that, then that does matter. And we might land up turning this into something else, depending. But nah. This is Hex Bomb. I've already made up my mind immediately. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do... I've got ideas to do Necro, but that can be definitely a hardcore video. So this is a good example. We didn't get it, so I'm going to restart over here, and when I do find it we will continue the video and go from there. So I'll see you then. We already got it at the very next upgrade, or the next run trying to do it. So I mean, I really didn't have to pause and cut and everything. We could have just gone straight back into it, but there we go. There's Hex Bomb. We are going to be trying to get this running. We do have Solar Pulse. You can see we don't have any levels in it. That's because I picked up Titan's Fury that was rare quality. We found a legendary XP upgrade as well as a luck upgrade, and I think one might have been dodge. So that's what we got. Pretty decent upgrades, and a spell cooldown as well as damage, or even spell size can be very good over here. But the other 3 skills we're going to be looking for will be Arcane Blade, Arcane Broadsword, as well as anything else, maybe Astral Orb, anything else that just doesn't need any Rune Blast, anything that doesn't need any effort or, you know, any points in the skill to actually do a lot of base damage. So something like Rune Blast, something like the Arcane Broadsword, Falling Skies is okay, but it does need augments to feel really good. Necro is good. Solar Pulse we start off with, so we kind of sort it over there. But you can see just how really difficult it is to use Hex Bomb, and why we decided to do this on severe instead of hardcore, just because of the way that the skill itself works. So we're going to grab more spell cooldown. There is a reason for it, so even though that spell damage was probably a better idea, the more cooldown we get for the actual skill, the better it's going to be, because we're hoping to get that when the spell hits an enemy or expires or blows up or whatever the case may be, it splits into 2 projectiles. We are going to hope to try and get multiple of that same augment as possible. So that's the idea behind this. We can hope and pray that we get it. Even though we hit that statue, it didn't land up taking the necessary damage to blow up. There we go. So this is a rough start for the objective. I would have liked maybe a rift. Seal the rift would have been a really good one, or anything that didn't really apply. I have to stand still and hit this guy, because as you can see, it doesn't quite work that way. Not with Hex Bomb. So what do we get? We've got more spell damage for the skill. That's perfectly fine. That should be enough. There we go. We did take damage there, unfortunately. We are going to have to actually die before we finish the objective. So let me just find all of the... Oops. That guy destroyed it for me. That's fine. We do get the HP over here as well. But we can use these explodey guys to our advantage as well. So there we go. We've only got 3 more left to get. Man, it's really bad when the the objective has such weight to it that you're in a very bad space. So over here we are going to grab that fire, acid or lightning. We know the drill. We get the lightning. That is superb. Best augment in the game. Also, if you aren't on my Discord, or even if you are and you haven't really realized, if you go to one of my, I believe I pinned it on the gaming channel, we added something there that people posted in this game's actual Discord server where they show you what everything absolutely does. We didn't want it to deal an additional bounce, we wanted to split on hit. So there we go, the projectile splits into 2 on hit, or at the end of its lifetime. So now when it bounces another 2 times. So that's going to be our saving grace. We're going to try and find that 3 or 4 times. You can find it multiple times, and then it just, you get so many hex bombs. So that's the objective of today's video. We'll see how it goes. Obviously you can see just how terrible the skill itself really is, and how difficult it's going to be to kind of get what we need. So we might land up not getting all of the augments, but the fact that we landed up getting 1 or, you know, as long as we get like 1, 3 or 2 or 3, we should be in a good spot there. And as long as we get another one of those projectile split, I think we're going to be Gucci. But the more of that we're able to get, the better. The bouncing one's not too bad, but it's just not what I want. I want as many of these going off as possible, especially when we've got the lightning. It just means we're able to hit more than a lot of these enemies and deal more and more damage. So the DPS is going to go up, our damage is going to go up, and we're just going to deal more and more damage to everything. So, you know, just that's the idea. We just need these guys to explode for us now. There we go. A decent chain over there. Not the best chain explosion we've had, but not terrible. Okay, there's a chain. Beautiful. Give me that XP. I landed up walking into the enemy. We've got Rune Burst, so we are going to grab it. Again, like we mentioned, it is probably one of the highest DPS level 1 skills in the game. So we'll grab it. Grab the dodge. Because anything that can save us even a little bit of HP is going to be good. I actually think we might be able to level with these skills more than we did in hardcore yesterday with our Phantom Blades. That's how much of a difference it makes between playing on hardcore and severe. That would have killed me on hardcore, just in case you're ever wondering. So I don't even know what upgrades I'm picking up. As long as it's for Hex Bomb, it doesn't really matter anyways. We do want it to be a solo Hex Bomb experience. Level 18 already, so definitely ahead from our video of hardcores runs. New objective just spawned, which means relic as well as the objective. This one's the golden crab, so this is a good reason why we go for something like arcane broadsword and the rune burst, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to kill this guy. Because he runs away from us, and because the skill is a backward shooting skill, it's very difficult to hit him. So luckily we've got the skills we do have, so we are able to do that objective. Alright, deals an additional bounce. We can reroll one more time. Please don't be the healing one. Perfect, we got the split. That is exactly what we want to see. We are going to reroll over here just so we can get decreased spell cooldown, and that is fantastic. We now have got a lot of hex bombs going all over the place. Let's go and look for the relic over here. Take your guesses in the comment section where you think, or it doesn't actually help if I say where do you think it's going to be, because it's kind of, we're going to see it anyway. So we've got a juicy amount of bombs going off, and then obviously the lower our cooldown reduction, the more bombs you're going to see all over the place, the faster it's going to happen, and so on and so forth. We can't even reroll. Your pickup damage is increased by 20% each time you infuse a spell. Oh, that's okay, cool. We've got 20% increased pickup radius now. So that's trash for me. I don't know, and it's very curious to know if that does work with multiplayer. So if you're running multiplayer, would you then, does that count for you, or does that count for your whole team? So that's a very interesting one that we've never tested, but we should definitely test it. It is nice to be able to test these things though, and easy to be able to test them is what I was trying to say, sorry. It's very easy to test these kind of things because all you literally have to do is go into multiplayer game, get that, all of you get your infusions, and then just check up your pickup range and see if it goes up by 40 or if it goes up by 20 or whatever the case may be. Whenever one of you get an infusion, you can just let each other know, or you can just take a look at the top left to see what your allies have. And if you see they've got an infusion, did it actually make your pickup radius go up or not? So if not, then you know it doesn't work that way. I'm going to grab the crit chance over here. I feel like it could be really, really good. Everything can crit in terms of, their damage, their base damage, not necessarily the lightning and all that stuff. But even though I do think it can crit, or definitely can crit, but just in terms of the base damage of the skill critting, that's already a massive win. So getting crit chance is also good. Not so good on something on the augment that says, oh, you're going to deal, you generate a crit regardless. So you don't need crit for some things, like magic missile, I believe is one of the ones that do it. Not magic missile, moonerang. So there you want to focus on your crit damage, not on your crit chance. Alright, we actually have a really big explosion happening over there. Or there should be a really big explosion happening there very soon. But I think something did happen. I did hear the sound. A lot of juicy XP over here. Alright, I am going to go with the laugh. Of course, the augments re-rolling does go on your base laugh total. So even though that does heal us by 400, it did make rolling a lot more expensive now anyway, because we've got increased life. Alright, there, increase the size. Do we get the acid? No, we get plasma, so we'll grab plasma. I'm not happy with ice anymore, not after our last incident with it and how it happened. So right now, this is probably the best. This and acid, so lightning, acid, lightning, fire, so plasma or sulfur storm are the best options for us, but you can just see how much damage it's doing now and how spread out it is. We do get the arcane broadsword as well, so we got all the spells we wanted and needed, and now we just got to get our next set of augments and so on and so forth. A juicy mystic barrier. Now we just need our armor to damage. See where we go from here. I'm gonna grab the XP gain over there. It's unfortunate we didn't get the delayed fate this time, but it is what it is. Need to seal the rift. Need to survive the rift is another way of saying. It's a nice explosion over there. And this is one of the reasons why we took the skills we did, so we don't have to worry about all of these enemies. Although, oof, we're getting some juicy Veil of Haste over there. Only common quality right now, but it's still going to make a really big difference. I'm going to grab the dodge, of course, because if we can dodge some damage over here, that's going to be great for us. Increase our health regen. Remember, even though there are better upgrades over here, this is just purely for us to get Hex Bomb to the highest level. So getting general upgrades is going to help with that as well. And we finished the objective with a healthy boy over there. Decrease the cooldown even further. And come on game, let's see. We've got some rerolls over here to do. We get the spell. Oh, man, it heals us. Alright, it is an augment for the skill. That does mean that we can now stand in it and get healing. It actually gives me a good, time to show you something really cool with this. I did mention it before, but I've never been able to show you. Is that when you or your allies get one of these healing skills and you stand in it and you have the fire infusion, if you stand in it, so let's just stand in it a bit, you can see my health is going up. It says +2, +2, +2, +2. That's because when you stand in your own fire, it is going to heal you. Also, it's really cool with Hex Bomb is when you get this kind of ridiculous to it, it can heal you quite a lot of damage. So really strong, really fun to play with, and the more damage you get on it, the more healing you're going to get taken or done as well. So very, very fun little augment to have. We just needed to split now. If we get the bounce, that's okay as well. That's going to add a lot more, but we wanted to split. At least this way I'm not worried about running into my own skill. That's going to just allow us to worry about not getting hit by enemies. At least if we run into our own skill, we heal. That's why there's going to be no more healing if we turned off the friendly fire. So I know there was a poll that went out on the Discord where they asked if people wanted friendly fire to be turned off. The whole like charm of this game is that it has the friendly fire. So I'm not sure why people want to see that gone. There's no reason for it to be gone. This boss at the end is going to take forever to kill. Just want to put that out there. He ain't going to be dying very quickly. If I get the joint protection and the armor to damage, maybe we'll have enough damage. But right now, we're just not getting really good upgrades. I'll go for the damage over there instead of the cooldown. We've actually got quite a decent chunk of cooldown. Yeah, actually we... Can anyone see what's going on? Because I can't. That's actually quite a decent chain of events that occurred over there. Increase our crit chance. Actually, crit could be the way to go with this skill. Because when I'm looking at it now, I'm like, we're just not doing all that damage that I want. Okay, we get spell size as an epic. That's pretty good. That's going to at least allow us to hit things a lot more. A beautiful epic veil of haste over there. Actually, our cooldown reduction is on 54%. I don't know, has anyone ever reached like nearly even 75%? I would love to know how ridiculous the game got if you get 75% from Veil of Haste. I don't mean like your actual skill cooldown, I mean Veil of Haste cooldown. Because remember, that's going to affect everything. Also, I'm stuck in a corner. I should get out of there. I'm in trouble. We have made it. We've got the new objective. Crush the statues again. This time it should be a lot easier to do. We literally just got to drop a bomb on them. Actually, we got enough damage for Rune Burst. We got the Rune Burst, Arcane Broadsword, a whole lot of different things that can now deal the damage necessary. So there you go. Much easier to destroy them now. Oh, we found the relic nice and early. Fantastic. And what do we get? Offensive, defensive. There we go. We got 130% increased damage. Fantastic. So that should definitely make a big difference. Oof, gosh, something over there is doing so much damage already. And I don't even think we have the life for reroll, which is a bit of a problem. We're about to find out if I do or don't. Okay, we do. Come on, game. Love me. Oh, baby. Okay, we get the bounce, which isn't really what we wanted, but it's better than having another augment for another skill. So, Quadruple, Hex Bomb, Augment. It looks like it's going to be quite interesting. There's going to be a lot of Hex Bombs all over the place. Total carnage. Increase our luck. Oh, even more luck, yes. There you go, we don't need a delayed fate when the game just gives us increased lucks like that. And then there's just bombs everywhere. Increase of another Veil of Haste, we will take that. Hex bomb, you're my hex bomb. Let me know if you know what song that is. Alright, so we pick up a magnet over here. We're actually dealing a huge amount of damage now, so that's fantastic. I think we are in a really good spot here. Increase our XP gain. We're actually level 58, which is really, really high. Spell cooldown. I think we've been really lucky with this run and the augments we've been getting. Although not the augments, but I mean the upgrades, the passes we've been getting. We've been getting a lot of Veil of Haste. We got a lot of, you know, just good things. We didn't have to re-roll a lot. We still have level 1 of all of our skills. This is like the pinnacle of upgrades over here. And it hardly took us any time to get us. It took us one run to level 5 and we failed to get the skill. And then we managed to get the skill after that immediately. And since then it's just been going really, really well for us. So I'm so glad I decided to try to do this today because I have not had such a good Hex Bomb run in my life. We get a legendary SARS increase. That is beautiful as well. Give me another legendary SARS increase. We actually have 24 luck now. We are sorted. We'll go with increased base damage. The only thing that will be a problem is the final boss. But if we can kind of like run circles around him like we currently been doing, I think we'll be okay. Spell cooldown on Hex Bomb. I want to get Hex Bomb to the point where we are able to throw multiple of it before the first one falls. So I want to be able to have 2 Hex Bombs thrown at the same time before the first one even hits the floor. Do you guys think that's even a possibility? Okay, I'm going to increase the base damage over there instead of the Hex Bomb's damage, just because that makes it stronger. It would be cool if you could rewind time so I could show you what the difference would be, but unfortunately we can't do such things. Reduce the cooldown, fantastic. And we're nearly at the final boss. I don't actually know what's... Oh, even more increased size. So I have absolutely no idea whether this Hex Bomb is an enemy projectile or not. It is very much obscuring our vision, but that's the beauty of these games. I mean, who doesn't love getting to a point where you absolutely can't see anything on your screen? We also, I mean, just look at that luck we got. 15% increased spell size as well. This is just insanity right now. Spell damage increase, legendary upgrade. I will take that. We don't see any healing because we don't have any damage done to us. But if I had to take some damage, we would be able to see how much that would heal us for. But we're going to go there. Level 72. This is just madness. Obviously, getting that very early legendary XP gain and the others that we got after that have definitely helped. Also, the fact that we've been staying in the same area, kind of just destroying as many enemies as possible, has made this really, really good. We can't go for that. I just saw legendary. I was about to like immediately click on it. Good thing I didn't, because it was for the solar pulse and not for our Hex Bomb. Okay, Hex Bomb spell damage, and there's the final boss. I'm not even... maybe we can go try and find the relic, because if we can get the armor one, then I think we should be okay. or even more damage, you know, joint protection, because that's 74 actually. That's a lot of damage. 74 increased the damage. So let's try to find this relic. It's probably somewhere around the bottom. And at least we know we're still going to be doing damage to anything that follows us. So, you know, by all means, follow us. We do damage. We do a lot of bounces near the end. You can see the boss's HP still going down. So, we're not too worried. As long as it's in our vision, it should be okay. We do have a lot of movement speed as well. But yeah, this is the hardest part of the whole round, is when you're fighting the final boss, just because of the way that the skill works. Just looking for the final relic though. Okay, it was not at the bottom, it was not at the left or right corner. So now we need to scour the middle. So we're back to, yeah, there's a lot happening right now. I wonder if I missed it by any chance. I must have missed it somewhere. Like, there's no way I wouldn't have seen it. It's not like the map is that large. Ah, there we go. There it is. Groovy. And now you can see we heal for 18 as well. Decrease cooldown. What's the relic? We get the joint protection. So our damage is 205. Our damage just went up to 282. That is massive. We also have a lot of armor now, so just kill the boss as quickly as possible. Fantastic. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did playing it. That was completely insane. 3k DPS on the Hex Bomb. Who said the skill was bad? Obviously not if you apply 40 levels into it, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.